Your boy Kachi coming to you live.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? King Kachi back here again. Another Warframe video for you guys. And this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a period of time. I was trying to think of some way to explain the reason why some people quit the game, get fed up by it, whatever the case may be. So let's get right to it. As we all know, Warframe, its basis, it doesn't matter what you're trying to do. You have to farm, get stuff, build it, craft it, so on and so forth. Also, when you go in missions, you get mods, whether it's for primary, secondary, melee, sentinels, now Kavat mods. If you're new to the game, if you don't know what this game is all about, it can overwhelm you with a whole bunch of stuff, and not just from the mod standpoint. The type of enemies, how strong they can get, how fast can they scale, depending on if you're doing a survival or mobile defense missions. They can really scale on you rather quickly, and if you're not equipped to deal with such enemies, you will get ramrodded, you will get scorched, torched, raped, whatever you want to call it. And then by that happening to you, you may just say, oh man, this game is too much. I don't know what weapons to actually use, what mods to put on it, warframes, sentinels, I don't know what to actually do because these enemies are too strong for me. There are a lot of things to consider as to the reason why people quit the game or just be fed up with it. Now, if you approach it from the standpoint where you play it solo, you could play this game solo if you want to. If you know what you're doing, you could obviously do any mission and be good at it. But in the same token, depending on how strong the enemies get and your warframe or your weapons are not up to par, you will get annihilated really, really quickly. Now, the person may just say, you know, you suck, whatever the case may be. But in my case, I don't have to say anything. I would let the enemies dictate that for me, because at the end of the day, you have to go up against them. You got to bring your weapons, you got to bring your secondary, your melee, and you just go crazy with them. Kill them, take them out however which way you want. Now, with that being said, you could have all the mods, you could have all of the warframes and stuff, but at the end of the day, if you take away all those mods and you just go in pure naked, bare bones, nothing, like new players do when they come into the game, you will feel the pressure. You will feel that sense of helplessness, if you want to call it that. Whereas you really can't do anything. You need to have the mods equipped in order to deal with these enemies, because if you don't, you ain't gonna last all that long. So that's why you will just decide to quit. Another thing, like I say, you could get overwhelmed. As you can see, the star chart, you got all these planets. Some of y'all gotta unlock them, get right to it. Polymer bundle, you gotta know where to farm for that. Neural sensors, Orokin cells, argon crystals. People doing argon crystal farming even more now, because for some reason it's been dubbed down to some degree, where you're trying to get not polymer bundle, you're trying to get argon crystals. They're not dropping. You may only get like 1, 2 at tops for the game. And it forces people's hands where they gotta buy a booster to increase the drop chance. And that's another thing that take into account when you're talking about, buying stuff in game. Now, this also leads me towards people with platinum and some people that don't. That's part of the reason why people quit the game as well. People with platinum could get access to a number of things and more. Whereas with people with platinum, without it, they don't have access to it. So, new Warframe that's going to be coming to console, let's say in another, I'm just throwing the number out there, like a good 2 weeks, roughly. Just going to put it like that, roughly. A person that has platinum, they could either buy Titania straight outright, for 225 platinum, I think it is, or 275, something around there. Whereas a person could just farm for it, get the pieces that way. By the time the person farm to get the stuff, it may take them like at least 2-3 days tops to get everything. Because, you gotta do the quest, scan the plans, so on and so forth. Whereas a person that has the platinum, they could just get the bundle and have everything that comes along with Titania. And they could just flat out get right to it, form her up, practically finish building her up to the best of their ability or best of the Warframe's ability. And with you getting the parts now, he's already done. You may get frustrated that it take you this long to get it, but at least you got it. But at the same token, the guy that had the platinum, he just flat out bought it, got it out the way, finished it, so on and so forth. Basically what I'm saying is that when it comes to platinum, with some people, if they don't have the platinum, they gotta have to go straight to farming, and at the same time, they don't want to do that. They want to get quick access to it right away. They want to get it right away. Some, you can't do it. So you gotta prioritize, manage, but at the same time, when it comes to people not be able to do that, they get frustrated. They gotta farm, they gotta do this and that, and it take them so long, and then again, they're not patient enough to actually go get the parts, farm them. Next you know, they get it. After all of that, they're like, damn. So, bottom line is, you gotta have patience with it. And also at the same time, if you don't, you're not gonna last long. You're gonna flat out quit playing Warframe. But another reason why people quit playing Warframe is because they flat out bored. That's another reason. They're bored playing with the game. They got everything. There's no point in actually playing the game. I got all the stuff. What's the point of me playing? Doing the same stuff over and over again. They just decided to quit based on that. They got everything. So what's the point of playing? They just quit. People do that. Not more so than not, but it's like a small number. The most people quit Warframe is because of either the grind or the game just flat out overwhelms you. And with all of that stuff coming into effect, it's mostly affecting the newer players more so than people that have been playing it for a longevity of time. As you can see, there's a mastery 22, a 10, and a 17. I bet you that dude that's mastery 22, just like me, been playing for a good period of time. He knows what the game is all about. But at the end of the day, it depends on how he takes it. He may just want to keep playing till, he got practically everything that he needs. And then he would just flat out just leave, retire. But it's different based on the person as to how you take the game and what you make of the game. Some people can handle this game better than others. Warframe is not that kind of game that is like, some people like to compare it to Call of Duty and all that stuff. You can't do that. And that's another reason why people quit the game, is because they assume Warframe is like every other game. And that's not the case. Warframe is not like that. It's not built that way. is built around mods, resources, getting stuff, crafting them, build them, use them in combat. Warframes themselves have 4 abilities that they use, and it's unique and it's different from any other Warframe. Oberon's abilities are not the same as Valkyr. Nova's abilities are not the same as Ashe. Ashe's abilities are not the same as Loki, so on and so forth. If you also, again, if you keep playing with the same Warframes over and over again, not being able to use other Warframes that are available in the game, you will get bored really, really quick, and you will just flat out quit the game because there's not much variety in your playstyle in your game. You keep using Valkyr over and over and over again, it's gonna get stale really, really quickly. There's a lot of players that play with Valkyr. I rarely use her, but I know she's one hell of a Warframe to use. She's one of the best tanks in the game because of her armor. If you build her right, she has an armor that goes over 1,000 and change. I believe it's 1,250 to be exact. If you have steel fiber on, maxed out, of course. So the bottom line with all of this is that there's a lot of reasons as to why people quit the game. I could go into detail yet again much more than that. I could also talk about the grinding aspect of the game, and I'll talk about that part right now. In the old Void system, you used to do T3, T4, defense runs to try and get a certain part. I don't know. I'm just say Ashe. Ashe Blueprint was at one time the most expensive blueprint to date, because the blueprint alone cost 100 platinum. Now, since the update Spectres of the Rail, his blueprint is not even worth 100. It's half. Tops. You could probably get the blueprint now for like 30 or 40 plat, because it's so easy for it to drop. And the grinding aspect of getting Ashe Blueprint is gone. People didn't like it. But on the other side of it, my opinion is that you can't have it both ways. People quit the game because of that aspect. Ashe's Blueprint value fell off. It's not the same. The reason why is because his blueprint is so easy to get. I have more blueprints now based on this system than the old system, which is talking about for the Void. People not bothering with the game because of that. I mean, I don't disagree with them. I actually agree because, again, that blueprint, you want to talk about how the mighty has fallen? That's the blueprint for Ashe. The mighty has fallen. It used to be 100, now it's only like 50 or 40 plat if you just sell it by itself. People are not going to pay 100 plat for a part that drops so commonly now. And the grinding aspect is gone. And not even just with Ashe Blueprint, all other stuff as well. People quit for a number of reasons. Some people quit for the most ridiculous of reasons. And it's about to be like, man, I don't want to deal with this. I ain't gonna bother with it. They keep nerfing stuff. That's another thing. People quit the game because a lot of stuff got nerfed. Trinity, Mirage is blind with a ball. There's a lot of reasons, but at the end of the day, there's a reason why people just quit the game. Either if something got nerfed, or something is evolving with the game, the grind, they get overwhelmed. That just happens mostly for new players. As far as with veterans that have been playing the game for so long, it's not going to affect them in the slightest. It's going to affect the new players, but at the end of the day, it's going to come down to how you take this game. And at the same time, you can't put this game on a pedestal with other ones that are like, you know, first person shooter dominant, like Call of Duty, or you want to go as far as Destiny. Some person compared to Destiny. Why? This is nothing like Destiny, and Destiny is not like this. So you know, again, it's like, why would you compare this to some other game? Warframe is a completely different animal from those games. You can't do it. You can't do it. So, I mean, if you want to ask, you know, another reason why people quit the game is because it's hard. It may be hard for them because they can't grasp what the game is all about. And at the same time, they think everything is going to come to them. At least 80% of this game is beyond your control. You can't control what comes to you. Everybody wants, at the end of the day, since Tigris Prime is out, Necros Prime, and Galatine, everyone wants to get the parts. That's fine. But you still gotta go into do Void Fissures, you gotta go do that and trying to get the stuff. It ain't guaranteed that you're gonna get it on the first go. You may have to do multiple runs in order to get it. It's not like how other stuff, they just give it to you, boom, there you go have fun. In this game, you mostly gotta farm, get the stuff, build it, craft it, get the resources. That's another thing. You gotta get resources. If you don't know where the resources are, you're gonna have a problem. So, as far as to why people quit Warframe, like I said, there's so many reasons. So many reasons. And again, even if you have the mod, some people don't know that you need fusion cores to upgrade those mods. And again, fusion cores, you're going to need it to get them up to rank 10. And now you got prime mods. So instead of using 300 change as far as with rare 5 fusion cores, prime ones, you need 528 rare 5 fusion cores to max it out from unranked to max. So that's a lot of fusion cores. But again, you can get a legendary core by doing sorties, or if you go into trade chat, you can get it from somebody there, but you're gonna have to, you know, pay a little bit of platinum to get it. So there's a lot of things in this game to consider, and at the same time, you're gonna have to level up a whole bunch of weapons. Once you finish with one, you gotta move on to the next one. Again, this game is heavy on grind. A lot of people in this game, most of them, they're not just gonna give you stuff like that. You have to go out there and get them yourself. Obviously, you got people that will take your hand and be like, you know, I'll show you this and this and stuff, but they'll take you as far as they want to take you. You gotta go and do this yourself. You gotta get used to it by yourself. So there's a lot of things to consider with this game, and if you can't handle it, you'll just fall right to the wayside. You'll quit, and you will quit for the wrong reasons. Because this game is a beautiful game, in my opinion, based on how it looks. What you gotta do, go to different planets all over the place in the galaxy. I mean, it's a beautiful game. Yes, it lags. Because you're playing with other people. Yeah, it lags. But I mean, what game in this generation, what game doesn't lag when you're playing with others? But you just gotta go through that. You gotta fight through that shit, you know. But as far as with people quitting Warframe, the majority of them quit for, you know, the wrong reasons. And then there are some that will quit for the right or reasonable reason. Oh, that's reasonable. I could see why he quit because of this. You know, okay. I understand. But, you know, you got stuff to consider when it comes to a person quitting Warframe. And at times when they say, you know, I'm quitting Warframe and stuff, and I see it not just in the in the recruiting section or in the region side, I wonder as to why this person quit, or why is he selling his account, because, you know, he said he's done with this and all that stuff, you know. I wonder why he's quitting the game. What provokes him, or what entices him to quit the game? You know, because, again, the game it's constantly changing. With every update of this game, it changes. Everyone remembers how it was. We never used to do double jump like this. We never used to do that. We used to roll, but we didn't get this much roll. Like, we get so much momentum with a roll. It was never like that. We used to parkour by doing this. This doesn't work anymore. In the old parkouring, when you go like this, you go mad far. So the game is constantly changing. So, I mean, you never know. The game, we may have a different way of parkouring in the future. It may not be this type of roll anymore. We may have to do something else in order to get by or get away. You never know. That's just how Warframe is. That's how Warframe is built. It's constantly changing, but it's changing to suit the new players. And it's enticing you, hey, the game is not hard anymore. It's easy. You can get through this. You don't need to quit this game, because we are making it easier for you so you could have fun with this game, enjoy yourself, get a whole bunch of mods for your primary, Warframe, Sentinel, Kubro, Kavat, whatever. It's easier now. You don't have to deal with the grind, because we understand RNG is not, you know, friendly to many. It's just not. But at the end of the day, with the update, Spectres of the Rail, everything changes. How we get our parts, it's easier now. But no matter how easy something gets, somebody will have a reason to quit Warframe. And again, there's a lot of reasons why people quit, but at the end of the day, everyone's reason is different. You may quit for this reason, the other person may quit for a different reason. It's just how it is. Or maybe they just want to play another game and move on. It happens. But at the end of the day, you know, you gotta play the game, play it the way you want to play it, have fun, play with your friends, so on and so forth. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. But if this game doesn't suit you and you want to decide to do something else, by all means, go ahead. But as far as with why do people quit, you know, Warframe, I just gave you a whole bunch of reasons. There's probably more reasons than what I just said. But interesting to see what you guys think on this subject, because there's a lot of people, even now, yesterday in the region, you know, not just the recruitment in the region, some people quit. They're like, I don't want to bother with the game anymore. It's not the same. And so on. And you're like, you know, giving away their accounts. They're selling all of the stuff that they have. You could go into the trade chat. Some person said, quitting Warframe. I'm selling all of my Prime stuff. PM me. Some people may say, he's trolling. He ain't, you know, he ain't quitting Warframe. He just seeking attention. Part of that is true, but what if he isn't trolling? Maybe he's really like, yo, I'm done with this. You know, I'm not playing this anymore. Some of you guys came to me saying, you know, I was gonna quit the game, but because of your videos, you know, I'm still gonna be playing the game. I'm having fun with it. Thanks, based on how you play, I'm gonna approach it the way, you know, that I should approach it. Practically, people are playing like how I play. I'm so detached from the game, it's not even funny. But at the same time, when you see me play, I'm so engaged, but really, I'm detached, because whatever drops, as far as me doing prime, getting prime parts or making sets or whatever, I know if I'm not going to get the part based on my relic, if someone has it based on the system, I could go get it with them. Look what I just got so far just by doing this. So, I mean, it depends how you take it, man, as far as with this game, man. If it doesn't entice you, you get overwhelmed and so on and so forth. You're like, man, I can't handle this. It's too much. There are people in this game that will help you. Warframe is one of the few communities where if you go into the section and you're like, I don't understand the game. Can somebody show me how to do this and whatnot? People will show you how to play this game. They have a tutorial section on how to play this game. But if you go and play with people that, I'm not even just bringing up mastery, because mastery don't mean nothing much in this game other than once you get your mastery up, you could just use that as an opportunity. You could get more trades and you have access to weapons and whatnot. But people will help you in this game. People will help you. So you may play this game alone, but technically you're not really alone, because there's somebody else that is willing to not only help, but there's other people that don't understand this game. I make it look easy, but some other people, they're like, man, I don't understand this, They just don't. With all the mods and stuff that is in this game, there are millions of mods in this game that you could just put on stuff, combine things too, to make your Warframe or weapon stronger. It's crazy, but at the end of the day, once you get used to it, it's easy peasy. But it's how you take it, man. As far as with this game, it's how you take it. Not everyone can handle this game the way you can, especially when it comes to new players. New players will quit this game faster than people that have been playing it longer, put more time into it, gave it a chance, and instead of that, is like, they gave it a chance. Next thing you know, they've been playing it for so long. It's like, yeah, I understand this. So like, let's go. So I hope this video helps, clarifies things and whatnot. I think I've already said that already, but I practically explained some more things as to why people quit Warframe. But I hope this helps. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, because it's something that's interesting to talk about as to why people quit Warframe. And I'm just touching up on it right now. Maybe you guys could give me your reasons or heard other people's reasons as to why they quit Warframe. So that's practically it for me. This is King Kachi, and I'm gonna see you on the flip side, man. Peace out.